How do you do? How do you do, everybody in Blogland? This is my regular Sunday blog, and I want to talk to you about something that I consider very interesting. If somebody came here from a different country or a different world and didn't know anything about this society, they would think that this must be some kind of an insane asylum. They wouldn't think civilized people actually live here with civilized values or interests or pursuits. They would think that this is a retarded country of idiots and morons. Nobody would think that intelligent people would be discussing all day long the opinion of Rosie O'Donnell. What did she say about Iran? They don't discuss what a general says about Iran, what the president says about Iran, what we should do about Iraq, what should we do about the war. They're all waiting for Rosie O'Donnell's opinion, and as soon as she offers her opinion, all the newspapers make it a headline. This is what she thinks we should do, and is it outrageous? Is it wrong? Is it disgusting? Is it right? Why would anybody care? If a doctor talks about medicine and all of a sudden somebody who never saw medicine or never heard anything about medicine, that person offered an opinion, would anybody be interested? Would anybody care? If a dentist told you to do a root canal, but a friend of yours who's a butcher or a plumber told you not to do a root canal, would you listen to him? Whoever listens to a person who has nothing to do with that field except for Rosie O'Donnell? How did this person become an authority, and why would people discuss her opinions about things she knows absolutely nothing about? As a matter of fact, they say, well, it's freedom of speech. A person has a right to express themselves, but there's also freedom not to listen. There's also freedom to look to somebody else for an opinion. Every time a moron or a maniac says something, are you obligated to listen? She has a right to talk, but you go to sanitariums to find out their opinions of things? Why are people this is more of a commentary on the moronic nature of the American people than about Rosie O'Donnell. She has the right to be a moron or a maniac. But there's also freedom of speech, everybody says. But isn't it amazing that while everybody wants to observe and make sure that she has a right to her freedom of speech, that she doesn't care about somebody else's freedom of speech, because as soon as you talk, she tells you to drop dead, get killed, or shut up, or she abuses you or makes fun of you, like she does to the people on her own show. When her counterpart on the show disagrees with her, you know what she says? Stop blabbering, shut up. And this girl, because she's a civilized person, has no way to answer her, and she sits there defeated and crying. So she tells you to shut up, right on television, but you in the privacy of your own home say she's entitled to her opinion. She's entitled to her opinion, but you have to be a maniac, more stupid than her, more ridiculous than her to listen to her. But why is she news? I'll tell you why she's news, because let's be honest about it. Before, people said, oh, people who are lesbians don't have a right to talk up. People who are fat are ignored. People who don't look so hot don't have a chance. So now she has all three qualities, because she doesn't look so hot and she's fat and she's also a lesbian. Everybody says, ooh, let's hear what you got to say. Let's prove to ourselves that you give her the right to express herself. And you thank God that she can make a fool out of herself. And not only that, not only do you give her a right to express herself, but you make sure she's in the headlines. Excuse me, if you're a genius in this country, you can't get a headline. If you're an authority on a subject, nobody cares. If you won the Nobel Peace Prize yesterday and had an opinion about the war, you can't get your name in the paper. But if a person is sick enough or dumb enough, and you're preserving her right to talk up, because she's not only sick and stupid or dumb, on top of that, she's also a lesbian, and she's fat, and she doesn't look so hot, then she's certainly entitled to her opinion. Then you not only should have an opinion, but you should honor her opinion. You should prove to yourself that you believe in free speech by making sure that she expresses herself, and you conduct a symposium every day in universities all over America. What's your opinion of what Rosie O'Donnell said last night? The next time somebody comes over to me and asks me my opinion of Rosie O'Donnell's opinion, I'll tell you my opinion of you. You're a schmuck and you're a moron. And by the way, I wrote a book called Schmucks, and you're the biggest schmuck in the world if you listen to her. In my book called Schmucks, I tell all about the schmucks of America, and she's one of them. Unfortunately, she didn't make my book, because my book was written before I found out about what a lunatic she is. But if you read my book, you'll find out about a lot of these maniacs, people like her, who have no right to their opinion. I mean, they have a right to their opinion, but you have no right, if you're a normal person, to walk around discussing it. You have a right to discuss it, but not with me, not with an intelligent person, not with anybody who has any intelligence or any self-respect. You're a moron if you listen to her, and I'm not interested in her opinion or yours if you can discuss Rosie O'Donnell.